So our first question is, what does duty mean to you?
Hi, I'm Hafiz. I'm currently an NSman, military policeman, serve in SAF International Branch. I think duty to me is like to ensure the good work is carried on to the next generations. The skill sets we have attained in the past and now through our seniors, these are soft skills. I get to investigate, provide support, doing some rehabilitations, helping those detainees moving back to the correct path. So these skills is transferable to the future generations so that they can continue and make sure that the DPs will carry on forward. How about you?
Yeah, I'm Dick L, senior officer and a regular in the Singapore Armed Forces. For myself, I think duty is about being ready for any change across any aspects. Me as a staff officer in digital office, when during the pandemic period, my branch was tasked to come up with digital solutions and innovations to augment some of the COVID measures, not having any prior knowledge. I had to learn on the job. And it's really about getting myself ready when the need calls for it. That's how I see about duty.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm a reconnaissance specialist in 35 Singapore Combat Engineers. For me, I see duty as being tied with a sense of belonging. Singapore provides us with healthcare, education, and these things should not be overlooked. In these aspects, I think we should play our part to protecting what Singapore provides for us.
Hi guys, my name's Yvonne. I'm a SAF volunteer. In the volunteer corps, I'm an auxiliary security trooper. So I actually was trained by the military police. Duty for me is really about a sense of responsibility. I'm a mom, I'm also an educator. I get to interact a lot with the younger generation, and duty comes in when I need to share with them what I've learned. What made you heed the call of duty to defend the nation?
It's a sense of giving back to the nation. My mom, she has been supporting role for me, and every time the NS call up, she asked me that, okay, you should go. The first 2 cycles. I have my batchmate saying that this a little bit is disruptive. I want to do my daily work. These 2 to 3 weeks is actually to refresh on the skill sets and also being updated with the new technology or protocols. So that's why I'm very appreciative of this, and going back and knowing that there's always new things to learn is always a good thing.
I think I share the same sentiment that Hafiz mentioned. It's about the friendship and brotherhood during my NSF days. It goes all the way back to my OCS days where I go through stuff together with my guys, my peers. I think it's about the friendship and the brotherhood where we really go through tough times. As a cadet, digging cell scripts. At that period, you only can rely on the buddy next to you. We actually sign on all together.
I joined the volunteer corps because I realized how much I was taking for granted here in Singapore. My family, we lived overseas for a short period of time. And it was during those years, a lot of the local women there would advise me, don't go out by yourself after the sun sets because it's not safe to be alone in public as a female. And this is very different from Singapore. So when I joined the corps, I wanted to be able to proactively protect these things, this intangible infrastructure that we enjoy over here. How do you handle challenges when carrying out your duties?
I grew up in an international school, so coming to BMT was quite a daunting experience. I didn't think I'd be able to relate to anyone. I stood corrected on that matter because when you're doing outfield and it's night, it's raining and you're in a basho with your buddy. It's those moments which really build that brotherhood. Actually, one of my close mates, he kind of was encouraging me to skive throughout NS, but I wanted to try and make it more beneficial, and I went through SCS and became a reconnaissance specialist.
Previously, I was on my command tour in a 10C4I Battalion, Alpha Company. Basically, I was commander in charge of 60 plus men. It's a HRC unit. HRC means high radiance corps, where we are required to be on standby 24/7. So apart from ad hoc standbys, they are also required to do pre-planned operations for going out to deploy. I think 1 year we probably support up to at least 10 operations. And some of the key ones are like Shangri-La dialogues. And what this means for my guys is that they are required to be 7 days in, where they have to man over the weekends, and that translate to them not able to spend time with their friends. People engagement was a key factor, especially when their friends are out. My guys are still serving, and the time that they sacrifice from friends and family.
What was one of the most effective ways to boost morale for your guys?
I honestly felt that being there with them is one of the crucial parts. I personally felt that we should lead by example, take actions as commanders and really influence how they behave.
It's a bit funny, you guys talking about motivation and morale, because as a volunteer, we have no issue. I think the challenge we face is really juggling everything else, juggling the family, the work commitments, because when we go for deployments, sometimes it's a week. Our employer has to be supportive as well, and we have to make sure the home is in order.
So I also experienced the same thing as you, because throughout the 6 years at ICT, previously I was a personal trainer.
Yeah.
But I have somewhat of flexibility in terms of my work that allows me to continue my studies. So during those days that I having breaks for my studies, they actually called up. This really makes me want to go back as much as possible. So I think that's the reason why also I got the award for Formation and Excellence of the Year. When I donned the uniform with a sense of pride, I feel very proud to have such military capacities that we have over the years and continues to grow.
Minus 1 year of your ICT.
Yes, definitely. So it's now like 6. Yeah, I'm close to finishing soon.
What achievement gives you the greatest sense of satisfaction?
I mean, I can go first. I felt the sense of satisfaction where someone who disliked army came in and decided to still fulfill the mission requirement by the end of the last 2 years. That is a form of satisfaction that I get, because as a commander, I managed to change the person's thinking about NS and make him want to serve. The other aspect about me as a staff officer in Army Digitalization Office, one of the notable projects that I got to do with the team is the Army Declare. Army Declare was meant to facilitate declaration purposes for people entering to the camp. Be it the civilians, the visitors, or even the servicemen themselves, they have to declare whether they went to any high-risk country and then come to camp and create that cluster.
When we do guard duty as our deployments, we spend a lot of time in the PAS office with NSF. I think one of the more memorable conversations I had was about how monotonous and boring and meaningless the routine was. I wanted to very much for him to understand that monotony does not reduce the importance of a job, because it's the small things that make a big difference.
I think for me, when I look back, it's the amount of experiences that you've experienced.
Yes.
Something we do in this country that no other citizen gets to experience in their own country.
What it gives me a sense of satisfaction is what I have gone through from the past and the current ICTs. In terms of processes, there's a lot of changes. What I can see is that the things that we do in the past, I really appreciate what my seniors, my commanders, and my batch have done. For example, how we interact with our detainees and how we maintain our professionalism while performing our duties in front of detainees. What we have right now is the hard work that paid off from the past generations.
Thank you very much, guys, for sharing all your perspectives. And with that, thank you very much for listening to our Army Stories. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.